Hello, viewers. It's another edition of your favorite program, the Counseling Corner. This program is brought to you by PCG TV. In thy light, there is light. And it's supported by the Presbyterian Counselors Association, PCA. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. My name is Ivy. I am your host. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. You're warmly welcome. This is your favorite program, the Counseling Corner. Call a friend to call a friend to call another friend to join. Yes, because we are here for a heated discussion. So important, very important in these times. And so we'll be looking at the topic, teaching children godly use of technology in a tech-savvy home. And we're talking about technology. Yeah. How do you teach the children to use technology in their homes? And so this discussion is important for all of us. We have here in the studios of PCG TV, very renowned counselors. They are both Presbyterians. They are members of the Presbyterian Counselors Association. And therefore, they are counselors. So to my left is Counselor Mrs. Ya Eduba Asari. She worships with the Victory Congregation Fafraha in the Presbytery. And we are blessed to have all the way from Cape Coast, St. Paul's Congregation, the Reverend Edem Eji. He happens to be the National Secretary for the Presbyterian Counselors Association. Papa and Mama, you are welcome.
Thank you.
So we are discussing an important topic, and our topic says teaching children godly use of technology in a tech-savvy home. Today, children are exposed to a lot of things, and that is why this discussion is very important. In fact, this program is the Counseling Corner. We don't only do marriage, everything counseling, everything counseling. Join us, invite somebody. Please, if you have any questions or comments, send them to PCG TV on all social media handles. PCG TV on all social media handles. Counselors, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
So, what are some of the key principles for teaching children about godly use of technology? Reverend Edem.
Okay, thank you very much. When we talk about technology, the textbook definition would mean that how we use scientific means to do things.
Okay.
So almost every activity within the house that we are using devices, electronic devices and all that to make it easy. But in this context, we are looking at especially things that attract children to make them use such certain devices. So we can talk about the TV, we can talk about the mobile phones, the tablets, and the rest. So if we are looking at the principles in a tech-savvy home, now our children are born in a computerized age.
Yeah.
They are not BBC, born before computers.
Yes.
Now they are in it.
Yeah, so they learn very, very fast.
Exactly.
And they learn by seeing what we do. So the first principle I'll put across is the fact that we, the parents or the guardians, have to be standards for them, role models for them. When we look at 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5, it draws our attention to how Timothy's mother and then grandmother transferred Christian values to him. So we have to be role models for them, how to use it, when to use it, what to use, or what particular thing that you would want the kids to watch. So that's the first principle. The second principle that I'll put across would be setting boundaries. Say, you can't call any sad, yeah, they be on TV, they be on tablet, so only early childhood development, you see that children are attracted to certain sounds and certain colors.
Yes.
So whenever they are doing these videos across the internet and all that, they integrate them into it such that the children always want to go back to it.
Yeah.
So if you don't set boundaries towards it, it will be a challenge. So another principle is to set boundaries. Like what the scripture says, teach them the way they should go, and
they will not depart from it when they grow up.
Yes. And for those who are a little advanced in age, we have to teach them discernment and purpose. So if I'm going to watch any movie or any video, the first thing I should ask myself is, Adiwe, Eyemamiana. Yes, we'll talk about the limits that we can put in there, but the child himself or herself have to know that this thing is good for me and this is not good for me. So we have to deliberately and intentionally teach them as parents. So one child, baby for.
Yeah.
And you realize when our kids go to school, they come home with different kind of character and behavior. You ask yourself, so we have to teach them how to practice discernment and know what is good for them. And the last one that I would want to add, the principle is to cultivate real life community or real life world. One of the challenges we see in this tech savvy world is that all the time our children are hooked to our devices. So they don't have any relationship with other people. And we make it worse by walling all our houses in our community. I was saying,
yes, the physical
interaction
contact,
with other children. It helps them
very
grow
important
emotionally and all that. So these are the 4 principles I'll give for now.
Wow.
If there is need to add more, we'll add more.
Wow, that's very good. That's very good. Thank you very much, Reverend Edem. Because not so long ago, I joined a seminar for childhood development, like you said, and those were one of the things that they mentioned strongly, the exposure to screens at a very tender age, and the rampancy, and so it's very important. The physical interaction with other children are equally very, very important, because mami na ye busy, papa no so ye busy, nti ya tablet near the ama akola no na nti your tablet no so sa also the games no obo games na it's a games no obo no so when we so we say nti no na fe they were attracted by the screens. That's very important. Thank you, Reverend Edem. So mama, how can parents set healthy boundaries and limits on technology use in the home? How can they set Papa talked about setting boundaries, but how are these boundaries set?
Thank you very much. So there are apps that you can use for parental control.
Good.
So knowing say or minor no, you'd have to take the initiative and guide the child into use apps be or a bit to me at setting boundaries.
Okay.
Now to me about a limited screen time.
Yeah.
Apps
so
be
that cut off
time. Time because I no or share a ni na
they become addicted to.
A bit more crying and they can't speech impairment.
Yeah.
Want to make because they can't interact with their colleagues. That only cartoons na kasa bi mutu ya kasa chu ebi mu kasa cartoon.
Yeah.
Yes, it's yes parents to me eboa na ye available to help to guide our children in such regard. Even also like health challenges eboa insomnia to me na or share screens here do na just so babeda to me that na why active. Why very active so eboa the cartoons na eda lullaby is in your money na ehona free
answer. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. And so you're still watching PCG TV, and the program is the Counseling Corner. And today I have with me in the studios of PCG TV, Counselor Ya Eduba Asare. She worships with the Victory Congregation all the way in Fafraha. And then we have Reverend Edem Ejei from Cape Coast St. Paul's Congregation. Kazaya?
Yes.
Were you saying that people sleep with cartoons?
Yes. Some, parents these days are busy, so they want to get things to pacify their children, to take their attention in their absence. Yes, so it's sometimes it's that bad.
Wow.
Parents are so upset that they use gadgets in place of their work. Like instead of caring for kids, they engage the kids with these cartoons. Some children, like they have a lot of inactivity, so their muscles don't develop. They develop late.
Yes.
So walking.
Yes.
In homes with no gadgets, you find out that tender age children start becoming inquisitive. They are crawling around.
Yes.
They are in compound houses. They are with aunties, uncles. So they are learning how to speak by observing. They are all part of activities
exactly.
But now children are always engaged on screens.
It's true.
Kids, babies, sometimes babies in utero.
Yes.
They even know the sound of these computers
Yes.
and other things.
Yes.
So it's becoming a bit alarming and worrying.
Wow.
The addiction part is what is worrying. Yes. So kids go to school and all their homeworks are on tablets. As they are trying to do their homeworks, the pop-ups are coming, distracting them and others. So face-to-face interactions is becoming less and less. It's becoming extinct. So because of these.
So for instance, in the case where parents have already exposed these children to the screens, is it too late for them to set boundaries?
It's not too late. It's not too late. So you start bit by bit. Some kids are already addicted and they have to be sent for therapy and others, because it's better to start early for therapeutic medication before it becomes worse. So some people will not take their bath. They will not do anything if you don't give them their screens. And when they get their screens, they may sit there the whole day without doing anything. So it's a bit alarming. But there are centers and there are psychologists and counselors that help parents in some of these cases.
Yeah, just last week, there was a very terrible video that went viral. I don't know whether you saw it, but a parent took a 12-year-old child's phone off her, and she decided to destroy everything in the house. Mm-hmm. Everything. She didn't spare anything. Everything was destroyed. From television through to, everything. Kitchen, worktops and everything were cracked. Mm. And so you can tell the level of addiction that the child had reached, because how could you go to the extent of destroying everything in the home? So it's better we start early so that we'll be able to curb the situation.
Yes.
Anyamime, when I want to what topic bonne wo wa fe ni wo ba chon gbeke bi ni bena afo amalo amedra momiye wona keshin ameye phones low TV ameshia mkoye computer anye laptop anye tablet keni bi fe gbeke bi ni yo na kanye wona keshin amefo social media no ya te wo ba fe te ni ne ke gbeke bi ne wo ba nye wo kwa ame ni wo chosi amojogban na amele no ni hi ehawo ye social media no keni bi ni ehin efe loji no ni woko ne ni mene wo counselors ne nke wa keshin esani boni beni gbeke na fole na aba sani na kan keje na kan egbeke bi ahye no wo boil na kan chomo koni gbeke ale akeshin no fe no atobe ahale ayebe na kefi no fe no ewo ke akemi nkwa TV makwa TV neke time kata neke time kengbe na nkwa TV don sani ma jekoni ahwe alo sani atanwolo se ni makase ni ke wotro ame na meli na kan bf e ba wa ame keje ame gbe ke bi ashi dani ame ba dra eja keshin ke wokwe na kan maji ani bi ni dra ame dra pe agbene chose mo ba wa ni bi fe ba fite e wo sani wokwe keje ame gbe ke bi ashi. So Reverend Adam, I mean, how can families prioritize face-to-face interaction and quality time in this domain?
Right. So the one word that will take care of all these questions, even though I'll explain, is intentionality. Parents have to be very intentional about these things. Whatever principle it is to help the child not get so addicted or hooked to the screens or the devices, the parent has to do it. And one of the ways that it can be done is set family time together. That probably every Saturday you go out, you intentionally decide that when we are going out, we are leaving our phones home. And we are going to spend quality time together. It can be even at home. This time is game time. It's a movie time. We are all watching a Christian movie together. A movie way. When you do those things, you intentionally do it. Na akwala nti ase say enya biri biara na eso okura tablet na hwe TV na se okura phone no ese oye bibi o phone so ye wo bra ye de ye any bra and say ye. And talking about time, you decide on when the child should come home, when the child comes home, when he should use it. Yes, sometimes schools give them assignments and they have to do it on the tablet. After the assignment, what's next?
Take them off.
Yes. So you can decide that, this is just an example, you can decide that maybe they get home around 5 p.m. Between 5 and then 6 p.m. you can watch all the cartoon that you want to watch. Then after that, you do your assignment up to maybe 7 or 7:30. After your assignment is done, you are off the device. So we set times for these things. And the next thing I'll say is that since we are talking about parents and there are couples involved, they should come together and agree on exactly what to do. So it shouldn't be that daddy says, don't go to the phone, and mommy says, oh, you can go. When the children are so smart, no matter how young they are.
The Bible says, can two walk together?
Yes.
Except they agree. So if mommy and daddy don't agree, then we'll have problems.
And we realize that they'll come to daddy, can I take the tablet? Say, no. They go to mommy, can I take the tablet? Yes. So he gets to know that if daddy says no, mommy will say yes. Or if mommy says no, daddy will say yes. And that is a very dangerous precedent.
Exactly.
So the parents have to agree and be deliberate and then set times where the child would have to use such devices.
Wow. Intentionality. Iwo ake oba feo dwemo. Femo dwemo akeshi beke eleno kokpa ko ekaseo. Iwo minu chumoji makweno ni machole no ni sanele keno ni esa ni ilio. Wow. Thank you very much. Great education there. Thank you, Osofwedem. So, Mama, what are some of the signs that a child, maybe struggling with technology addiction or unhealthy technology use?
Okay, so when you realize that the child doesn't do any other thing except social media, like most of their active time is on social media.
Wow.
Say, oh, sorry, yeah, no, she share a tablet and a phone. Anka wa sorry no, anka bia, ube share so ube kwa groomi uho kakra wa chusi kakra wa washi weni. But obi wa oh sorry ya no o share ni phone. And I say edu say so koda untumi nkoda. When it's eating time, didn't know phone so. So when they can't actually put the phone down and concentrate on other chores, yes, then you realize that no, addiction na yabem. Nti yesa wo limit no. Opo so o je ne phone kakra na akoye se waha
no kra. Sa kole ya ye kan na se.
Maybe to throw tantrums.
Yeah.
Attitude. Ni sa nyoma no. There was a time your Wi-Fi sa fee na set to recharge it no. We decided so let young posse kakra. The way I'm crying, some behavior, so on my yare, ahanti, and they were trying to do things.
So one year careful addiction bit me.
Very good. Do things to gain favor. I said, see, mommy, now we're to me at Wi-Fi and internet.
Wow. So, Mama, we don't want to throw tantrums. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. We're still discussing the topic, teaching children godly use of technology in a tech-savvy home. And we still have our counselors here, very prepared. Counselor Ya Eduba Asari and Reverend Edem Eji. So, Mama,
yes,
were you saying that some children go to the extent of throwing tantrums because they are not allowed to use technology?
Yes. So some of the kids, you realize that their attitude and behaviors around the gadgets is not pleasant. So when there's low battery of the gadgets, the way that the child
sometimes they'll just throw it away.
Yes, that like as if the device
thing is on paper.
Yes, or the device has an issue. But life happens. Life is not all about social media. The realities happen.
Exactly.
If you have a low battery on the phone, just go charge it. You understand? If the device is faulty, let's fix it.
Yeah, I think those are the extremes.
Those are the extremes. Some of the kids get so worked out by little things. So they are all signs that the child is
getting addicted to.
Yes.
Wow.
They just can't put the phone down.
Wow.
So they are eating and they have the phone. They are drinking. Like they can't do simple tasks. When they eat, some kids can put the bowl or the plate beside them for the whole day because they are on phone. They are gaming.
You are right. You are right. Because I remember my last boy. It got to a point where he would sneak into his room with his food. And then hide the food under the bed.
Yes.
Just because he was watching something on his tablet or on his computer, on his laptop. Yes. And so, yes, I can really identify.
Also forget that they've eaten.
Yes.
So they'll eat again.
They'll eat again. Wow.
So obesity.
Wow.
And they are not using that energy.
They are not burning
it out. So they keep
they
accumulating.
gain the weight.
And when you are using devices, you tend to snack a lot. So they'll be snacking biscuits,
chocolates,
the sugars, the drinks, and other things. So they keep adding up and adding up.
Yeah.
Yes. So
thank you.
If we pay attention to our children, we will know when they are getting there.
Wow.
So we should involve activities in their schedules.
Wow.
Yes, help them.
Wow. Thank you. Also, for them, do you want to add something?
Yes, just something a bit. There are also physical signs that you see. You realize that because the child, like the tablet like this all the time, they have spinal problems, and that can be a challenge. The eye. For some of us, we started wearing spectacles because of computers, and overly exposing our eyes to it, caused it. Then some of our children too have ear problem because all the time they have the headsets in there. So there are a lot of health issues when it comes to it. Like Mama said about the obesity, just last week, I think one of the news items, they said there are a lot of obese children than people who are children who are underweight. But there's another spiritual perspective to it, which we have to be careful about. For all the cartoons, especially the foreign ones, they have introduced some aspects of spirituality which is not Christian. So you can see them by the symbols that are used in the kind of spirituality that they portray there.
Exactly.
That there's this God here, this God there, especially focusing on the Greek gods and all those ones. They are also there. There are even some which also introduces homosexuality, where they have two dads. I watched a documentary which pointed Cocomelon, which is very popular in Ghana here. and one kid had 2 dads. Indirectly, they are telling our children that you can have 2 dads. Homosexuality, gayism, and all those things. So you have to be very careful about the content that goes out there.
Wow. Parents, very educative content here. Yes, ehun be here. Say nyina ye be sua de ne ehunu say technology no de eboa. Ensunsunsanso wom enti mmofra no eniema bi no wo a ye hwe ne ehunu say afei de ba bi akola na ikọ no wenya odobi e de ama adeko a oye no nti afei oni otumi hye ne ho so ewo adeko no ho ade ne momu e na hye ne so nti opese o hwe TV o kita ne phone o se phone no ne battery ne wu na de abufuo na de abofom ondwe hu po say ye phone a ebesei saa ne ma ne nyina ye hu say because ontumi hye ne ho so wa adeko no ho no ade no na hye no so eno no broni friend addiction no na ye see addiction no say ya hwe ne yi a eno momu ebesei nkola no ebi wo wa na enye technology no na say no na mom the fact that we are addicted to technology no eno na say akola no anya wi me won kwando ko ni won kase akeshin akeni follow ejiwo sani wo hani wo hie ayagbeke bia no mene atwon wa akeshin ka ke addiction alo noko ni what na so moko wo ha le cho agbene na kan ni lemo e ba ye wo no je wo aye ni no shi ni e mo ba ye wo no ekoji ekole moko nye phone ke nye phone enye ya he ne ya ni e yo no ke okwe tablet onyo ya sometimes je phone keke poshi different apps applications in your phone no moko ye keteshin lebi the first thing they ba fe ba ya WhatsApp e so le ne ba danyu worship ke eteshin no ne yin eche no e pick phone no straight e ya WhatsApp ne yakwe no ni your WhatsApp na kan ni bi e addiction ni sani ke wo kwe lojugba e ke wo ba bote addiction ni e wo sani na kan ni bi e what you say ni wo kwa me ojugban you. Thank you very much. So, how can families integrate faith and values into their technology use and discussions, with the children?
Okay, Mama. So, while we are talking about the bad side and the wrong side, there are other people too who are doing good stuff with technology. PCG TV normally shows Superbook, and Superbook has an app which has games and quizzes all over there. And they are one of the few that are there. So we have to intentionally look for the ones which will build the Christian values of our children. If there are videos that you want them to learn, when you go to YouTube, there are specific ones which are tailored towards Christian children. So let's use technology as a tool to bring them closer to God rather than just to entertain them. Then we also have to set rules on what to do, even with the faith-based ones. Like we have mentioned, even though we are talking about the faith-based ones, we don't want them to be addicted. So set rules. This is the time you can watch your Superbook or whatever animation about Christian values and all that. Then we have to pray about it too. Because, as I mentioned, there are some of them which are not Christian, and some of them which are portrayed to be Christian, but they are not.
Wow.
For instance, I watched one of these movies about Noah, and the movie said Noah had a daughter. I said, my kind Bible, I mean, who says Noah a war? Obaba. So I tried to search around, and I realized that the Muslims have it in their Quran.
I see.
That Noah had a daughter. So if you are not careful, this is supposed to be a Christian movie. And that movie was very popular. I think 4 or 5 years ago. Very popular. Our children will consume something that are not entirely Christian. So we have to be careful about this. Pray about it. Ask God for discernment. Ask God to help you identify all the subtle things, the little things that we are not able to identify in those fields of technology so that our children do not fall victim to it.
Hey, wow. Parenting in these times, it's a very, 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 very difficult task. But the Lord will help us to be able to get it right. Viewers, all too soon we have come to the end of another edition of the Counseling Corner. And the topic we discussed today is teaching children godly use of technology in a tech-savvy home. In fact, technology, like we said, is a good servant. But parents, note that it can be a bad master if you don't take care. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, and my name is Ivy Anani Eji. See you. Bye.